Julia.
Welcome.
Hi, Susie.
Hello.
Hello, Janini.
I'm gonna mute myself because can you hear the music in the background if I have my headphones on?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself.
No problem. Welcome. Looks like everybody has been here before, but if you would in the chat put where you're dialing in from so we can see that. That's always a fun way to start out, to see what corners of the planet that we're coming from in this Asia Pacific call. It's chilly in Texas tonight, going down to 21 degrees, and my house is 122 years old and it has very poor insulation. I got my Texans hat on. They're the worst team in the league, but I still am a supporter. And gloves on one hand, but excited to be here with you and share the space with you this evening. So we'll give people a few more minutes to come in, and in the chat with
So we'll just do our little disclaimers. So what we do on these calls is we talk about the principles and the principles of this book and the remedies and the 6. I can't even think tonight. It's been a long day. Anyway, we love the 6 keys of Siddhaveda. So we like to do marmas, and we like to talk about our miracles, and we like to be able to discuss the things that we've used in this book or in our environment to be able to help us stay healthy and vibrant and just full of life and love.
So, wow. Friday night, Saturday morning, here we are. It's so good to be together. And welcome back, Aparna. We've missed you, and you were gone for what, 5 weeks?
4 weeks and then 1 week of forced rest.
Okay, yeah. Nice recovery time. Yeah, so we're welcome you back. We've missed you. Very glad to have you. And Margarita, I am a part-time New Mexican. I used to work for Public Service of New Mexico and lived in Albuquerque, and lived in eastern New Mexico for 9 years, and my mom was from Las Vegas, New Mexico. So I've much of my heart is in the land of enchantment, and spend a lot of my time there as well. So special welcome for my New Mexico friend. Let's see, and Susie's in Michigan right now. And so your 14 is much worse than my little 21, but we're in Texas. We're just not used to this. Oh my goodness. So hi, Chris.
Hello, Chris.
So good to see you.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
How is everyone?
Good. I'm cold. Can you tell?
I like the hat. I think I'll go get one.
Yes,
I have
yes. Hi,
gloves.
Belle. Welcome. We're asking people to put in the chat where you're calling in from, just so we have a little gauge of where everybody's coming from and that background. Susie's got all.
Yes, I love that. I love knowing where people are from. I always like it to put it behind our name because, it's just so fabulous.
It is. I get so excited when I see all the places that people are coming from, and I do kind of the data analytics behind the scenes sometimes, do a pivot table and I'm like 29 countries. That's amazing, and to see, how we've all had such synchronicities and how we showed up here, and how much our hearts are opening. And there's just no other place quite like this, where we have a currency of love and an acceptance of however you come, because we'll have you. So I want to start out by putting our hands together, because I need to warm mine up for one thing, but I want to send lots of love to Cornelia, to Miriam, and to anybody else who's not quite feeling 100% tonight. So put your loving, healing, light rendering self and send lots of healing light and love to those who need it.
You sounded like Dr. Naram when you said that.
I did. I'm just channeling Dr. Naram. Okay.
What happened to Miriam?
She's just ill. She's just not feeling well.
Oh.
She's sore throat. Just wasn't feeling her perky self. So she took a little bit of time. Hi, Bridget. Our #1 transcriber is in the house. Thank you so much for showing up again. She was here earlier on our European call, which was fantastic. And I thought we'd start out with a little peace and calm, do a couple of breaths together. And we've had some really interesting conversations in the last couple of days about marmas. Someone was given information from their Vadya that for them and their health needs, they needed to just do a few marmas and to focus on those, to do them really well, succinctly, with purpose and intent. And then we asked Dr. Giovanni today, can you do too many marmas? Is there? And he said, the ones that we have in our book and that we're teaching are very safe. There's some really powerful marmas that have been used in battle, but the ones that we're using, especially things like letting go and for fear and self-love, for focus, those things are very safe for us to do. And he did say, you know, if you can do them a couple of times a day, 2 or 3 times a day, that's good. He likes the 6 times 6, the 36 as kind of a, you know, a target. So it's different, just like Master Jivaka says, everybody's different, right? We all are. So what's right for you may not be right for me. There might be a marma that you really need that I'm not so interested in. So you customize your marma practice according to your health, the guidance that you get from your Vadya, and, you know, go with your gut instincts, what feels right. And it should come out just fine.
Carol, I have a question. Oh, so does Bridget. When you said 6 times 6, what does that mean?
That means you do the marma point 6 times, and you can do it up to 6 times a day.
Oh, the same marma. Just doing the same one.
You can do the same one. You could do a set. You can, you know, it's however you want to do them. So yeah.
6 is the magic number.
You could also do 36 in a row if that was, you know, what you're being led and guided to do. So it's very individualized and something, you know, that I think they're good to know. I think this is a good space to review them so that they become so much a part of you that if somebody says, oh, I'm so fearful and anxious, you know immediately, okay, here's the marma for fear and anxiety and for self-love. You press your ears 6 times. Sharmini, could you count for us to 6 in whatever language you so desire?
Yeah, I'll do it in Malay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Perfect. Thank you. And we're going to do the head squeeze where your points of your 3rd finger come together. You rest your forehead against your hand, and then you press 6 times for as wide apart as you can get your thumb and your little finger. And Aparna, can you unmute yourself and whatever language you choose?
Hindi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Perfect. Thank you. And then we're going to switch and do it the other way. Chris, can you do this one? It feels awkward, doesn't it, when you switch it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Perfect. Thank you. Anybody volunteers for the focus one? We're going to do it Dr. Giovanni style. Anybody? Oh, Bridget, perfect. So we're going to blow a finger away and inhale and bring it back 6 times.
Also, I have in the chat, I copied and pasted word for word what Dr. Giovanni said in response to overdoing marmas, if you'd like me to put that in the chat.
That would be fantastic. Oh my gosh, you're so
Okay.
great. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, no problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Perfect. Jaina, I'm going to pick on you for the one above the lip for being present.
In German, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Excellent. And Val, you want to do the one for letting go and self-confidence?
Okay, well, I'm pretty new to this, so that's, tell me, Carol. It's
Your
So
left
we op-
hand.
left hand,
Uh-huh.
and then that soft spot in between the thumb
Exactly.
and is
Yeah.
and 6. So I'll do it in Spanish.
Perfect.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Bravo. Muchas gracias, señora.
Carol, can I say something really quick?
Yes.
When Dr. Hmong came and I talked to him, he told me to make sure you hold
Yeah.
your hands
Your
straight up
hands like this.
and have your fingers all
Okay.
together, and then the thumb just a tiny bit back. And he told me to pinch with the index finger.
Okay.
So
Oh, that's
I-
great.
I found that
Yeah.
very helpful to see it in person from him,
Oh,
you know?
perfect.
Right.
Now, is it pinched with your index finger and your thumb, or just yeah, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So
And
can I share also, because he did the same thing for me,
Sure.
and he was even more specific. You can see my hand, and I'm sorry for the music in the background, but it's chill. And it's not mine. So can you see where I'm pressing my finger? And he told me to press where it's really hurts, and that I'm using my thumb on the fleshy part of the base of the thumb, and you press really hard. And this was very specific for trauma, because I had trauma in my past that was keeping me from living up to my potential. So I'm not quite sure if this is forgiveness, this one is forgiveness, and where this has to do with even more specificity, because I found the part and I had to really press in there. He did it on my hand, and he was really pushing in there. It wasn't this gentle thing. He was like really pressing in there, and it hurt. So I'm just going to say that I find it fascinating that we have these spots where this means forgiveness. This one is for trauma, releasing trauma, how it's not quite in the pocket. It's a little on the side. So I don't know for you, I'm sorry. Is it Chris? Do you remember, was it the same for you for trauma or for forgiveness? I'm asking.
I'm not sure. I thought I was doing for the forgiveness, but it did hurt. So
Right.
I
So
think
I
there
mean,
was
So-
trauma coming out.
So when I met with Dr. Hmong as well, you guys are saying exactly the right thing. I mean, the same thing that I heard him say. The one thing that really stood out for me was he said, use the thumb for support, not pressing. So the pushing was all here while that stayed still. So this was a support while this one was moving. And you're right. And Susie, I believe that this is for trauma and for forgiveness, because I believe that in the whole of everything, it is all the same. I mean, it helps with all of that. It helps with all of the emotion and the trauma releasing and all of that. So that was the thing for me, is use this as support and then use this as the moving. But going deep down, I mean, it really hurt when he did it. It really hurt.
Yeah.
So
And then can I just say one more thing? Multiple people asked why 6? And so I asked him, and he said it was Dr. Naram's master said to do it 6 times. So
It's a secret.
that's where the 6 came from.
So I have an answer for that. So I learned through the pulse healing, and there, I don't remember which call it was that I was on with the Vaidya, but it has to do, I mean, it's a possibility because this is what I was told by one of the Vaidyas or experts. In your pulse, you have a heartbeat, and you have the rhythm of the heartbeat, da 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 da. I think it was actually Smita that may have explained this.
She sings.
So we'd have to verify that. But it is very, very slight. So almost undetectable to our ears or our feelings, right? But people who, the pulse readers, and when they feel your pulse, after the 6th beat, there is a very, very, very slight pause in everybody's pulse, apparently. It's very hard to detect it unless you're an expert. So my understanding from the explanation was that in your pulse, there's 6 and then a tiny pause and then 6 again and a tiny, tiny pause, very undetectable. Like, I don't even know if you could measure it with a scientific instrument, but pulse reading can feel it. And so it would be interesting to bring that up with Clint and the Vaidyas, because that was what I was told. That the 6 has to do with the pulse and the rhythm of that.
Interesting. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Julia. That's fun. Any other questions on Marmas? Welcome, Nikal. We're very glad to see you here tonight. Kurti is with us. And I think we have Lori in the house. Ohio gozaimasu, Lori. We're so happy to see you here.
Hisashiburi. It's been a while. Sorry.
So glad to have you back with us. How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good. So things are progressing. So yeah, getting better little by little.
It looks like it's also chilly in Japan tonight.
This morning, yeah, it was -7. So yeah, we couldn't get out of bed. So
Wow.
but we finally got up and got the fireplace going. So getting
good.
warmer.
So
So
glad.
those of you who don't know, Lori has had a very extensive surgery, and she's been she worked with Dr. Sanjia before the surgery, and then she's had some miraculous conversations and things during the surgery, you know, after it happened, while she's in the hospital, and she's in recovery. So we're so glad to have her here.
Thank you, Jana. Good to see you. Wow, a lot of new faces.
Yeah, we're
Nice to meet everyone.
yeah, we have a lot of new and exciting things happening. So I have for you a little treat. One of our favorite Australian participants isn't here tonight, but he sent a video of breath work I'd like to share with you. So I'm going to share my screen, and I invite you to put both feet on the ground, kick back, relax, and get ready to do some really beautiful breath work with Kuber.
Namaste, beautiful souls. I hope you all are doing well. Our today's practice is called the full yogic breath. This is the foundation for yoga practices. It's a really nice calming breath work that also balances all 3 doshas. It's something that babies do really well, which is breathe into the belly. And this one encourages us to breathe into the belly and into the chest. So let's try this together. Bring your right hand on the chest, your left hand on the belly. Start taking a deep breath deep into the belly and smoothly and fully, just completely keep breathing into the chest. Feel those shoulders lifting. Once you've filled up completely, now start to exhale from the chest first, then the belly. Making sure that both the inhale and the exhale is nice and smooth. Again, breathing into the belly, into the chest, and exhaling from the chest first, then the belly. Feel free to close your eyes and allow that deep calm to descend into the body as you breathe again deeply into the belly and smoothly keep filling up the chest and exhaling from the chest first, then the belly, and just completely emptying the belly. Again, deeply breathing into the belly, into the chest, and just once you feel that you've filled up completely, get ready to exhale from the chest first, then the belly. Again, breathing deeply into the belly, into the chest. Keep expanding. Just when you feel you filled up, take a little bit more in. Exhale from the chest first, then the belly, emptying the belly completely. Inhale into the belly, into the chest. Exhale from the chest, and smoothly and gently through the belly, emptying it completely. And once again, deeply into the belly. Keep filling up. Expand that chest in all directions as you breathe into the chest. And exhaling from the chest first, then the belly. Inhale into the belly, into the chest. Exhaling from the chest first, then the belly. Last one, inhale into the belly, into the chest. Exhale from the chest first, then the belly. Now, keeping your eyes closed, just take a few normal deep breaths, bringing your attention at your third eye. Allowing your breath to become normal. And now gently opening your eyes and become ready for whatever lies ahead of you next. Namaste, and wishing you
How was that for everybody? Good, huh? I
I
feel
can sleep now, right now.
yes, calm, grounded, in the present. Being present is just such a key to so many things, and it's something that took me a long time because I was always rehashing what and getting ready for what's coming, and just so much pleasure and joy and peace in being in the present. So that was really great. And Kabir's trying to come back. I'm going to close that down. Okay. Hopefully he'll be able to join us in person again soon, but he's been kind enough to record some of his videos so that we can have him with us today, which is awesome. And then I had one more little share for you. And it's something did quite some time ago, and I hope you'll enjoy it. We had some really good mantras today in the European call that Ilaria sang for us. It was a really exciting performance. I have some that somebody in the Asia Pacific group recorded for us probably a year or so ago. And I'm just going to share those with you, and you'll stay muted, but feel free to say along. The words are recorded along with the subtext in English, so you can actually see what what the mantra is saying. And I have these on a PowerPoint that I can share for those of you who have PowerPoint as an application that you can play. So mantras and share.
Shrim Om Swaha. 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 Shrim Om Swaha.
Okay.
Klim Om Swaha. 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 Klim. Hrim Om Swaha. 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 Hrim Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Om.
Okay. Did you like those? Yeah. All right.
Carol,
Yes.
could you maybe explain because these are in a different language than our language, but they have vibration. Could you maybe explain what the benefits are of mantras and chanting, and what the purpose of doing those is?
Sharmini, you're an expert at this. Would you like to answer that question?
Actually, mantras is a way of connecting you to the divine. It's like when you say a mantra, it centers you in your heart, and it connects you. And the more you say it, the connection's even deeper. So Om is a very universal sound. It's in every religion. It's just the way it says. Even it's in Jews. I think the Jewish religion also is said similarly, but it's different. And also in Buddhism and a lot of religions, the Om sound is there. So it's like a connection to the divine. It's a way of, and you know, Dr. Simita, you know, the first three, Om Krim Swaha and Om Krim Swaha and Om Krim Swaha, those were mentioned in one of her earlier broadcasts. I think it was an inspiration course, I think in last year, in the beginning of the year. She went through all that. I must dig up that part of that video. I think I've put it somewhere, and it's I must get that one out. I know it's somewhere.
Sharmini, that would be really great for Carol. Maybe Carol, you could put the video of Dr. Shmita explaining it in the PowerPoint and have it connected together. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Thank you, Sharmini. I think that's very helpful. Does that answer your question, Julia? Did you?
A little bit. I'm just curious because I'm thinking I think they're in Hindi. Is it in Hindi, the language?
No, it's in Sanskrit. Sanskrit.
Okay.
Yes,
So
most of the chantings of all these mantras are always in Sanskrit.
So they're written in Sanskrit. So even people all around the world, if you are chanting these mantras and you have no idea what you're saying unless you study it, right?
Even if you have no idea, some of the chanting does help you because it just goes into your vibrations, your soul, into your deep being, you know.
That's what I'm wondering.
As long as you do it with some intention.
Yeah, the intention, because even if
your intention has to be there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If you don't understand the words, but you know that particular chant or mantra has to do with peace or has to do with resolution, then in saying the words, the vibrations of the words have the intention in them, and then that brings about that emotion or that vibration. So
like all mantras are always in odd numbers. It's either 9, 27, 54, or 108. So you choose the number of times you want to do it. It's 9, 27, 54, or 108. But 108 is the best because that's like, you know, your rosary, the rosary beads, they're always 108. So if you use a rosary bead, it's very easy to do.
What is the significance of the numbers?
108 is the moon constellations. There are, I think, 108 satellites or something around moon constellations. So there was a big meaning out of it. I don't remember completely, but once I had discovered. For mantra, if you say Om, you will first feel vibration in your belly and then in your chest, and then if you elongate that Om, you will feel it in the ear. So that's how I take it. I don't try to connect to God. It is where I feel the vibration. That's the mantra. So that's another take. Means you don't have to feel, you don't have to really go very religious. You will definitely feel the vibration in one part of the body or the other once you say that. Yeah.
Can I interject here, please? This is Susie. From my spiritual teacher, Satya Sai Ma. Om is the sound of the universe. So if you are able to still yourself to a point of no sound, you will actually hear the sound of the universe, which is an Om sound. And when you sit inside your heart and you're oming, the O, the the vibrates the heart chakra, which sends out universal harmony throughout the whole body. You can't have a negative thought or a negative feeling, and it creates instant harmony. That's my basic understanding of Om. And so you're basically connecting. So say we're an individual wave, an individual sound frequency. My name happens to be Susie, and I'm vibrating at Susie. But as an individual wave, as I'm oming, I'm connecting to the ocean of the universal sound frequency of all, where we connect as one. So that's what I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Susie.
Yeah, thanks, Susie.
Andrea, you have your hand up. Would you like to say something? You're muted. There you go.
Oh, geez.
You're unmuted now. We can hear you. Nope, nope, you're muted.
There.
There you
Okay.
go. There you go. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I would just like to tell everyone that I don't know if you're aware of this couple or not. Their names are Deva Premal, Premal, and Deva, Deva, and Mitten, Mitten. They are incredible spiritual singers, but of mantras. And they are they're on YouTube. And they've been doing this for years and years. And to get the feeling of it, and they do it right. And they put some of it in song and some of it straightforward. But all I can tell you is it's just amazing. You feel it. And these are two people they've been doing this for, I don't know, 20 something years. One time I had the opportunity here in Northern California to go to a concert that they did. I have never experienced anything like this in my whole life. It was like everyone in the audience was transcending. It was miraculous. And I could hardly sleep that night, just so energetic. But look them up, and they're there, and their voices are beautiful, absolutely angelic.
She's amazing. And I heard her tell the story once about the Gaiatra Mantra and how it was her father sang it to her when she was still in the womb. And she never has a moment that it wasn't a part of who she is and her life. And she has a particular delivery of the Gaiatra Mantra that's absolutely divine. So yeah, I agree with you, Andrea. Together they're really remarkable, but she has her own history
Exactly.
with it, that's so beautiful. And yeah,
matter of fact, for the people who really want to know more about it, the author Greg Braden, he has done a beautiful book called Wisdom Codes. And this book has all different mantras. He puts a lot into the Gayatri Mantra, but he explains it because Greg can read Sanskrit. Matter of fact, he talks about the Bhagavad Gita and the Mahabharata. So this man, if you don't know who he is, he's got like 16 books he's written and like 5 or 7 on the New York Times bestseller list. He's awesome, and he's very spiritual. And take a look. It's really remarkable.
Well, I hope that we'll have more opportunities to have Krishna share more. He does a really good job of mantras. I've heard him just spew them right out of his mouth on command. And I hope that we have more opportunities to learn those from him in our Ancient Secrets courses as we're going forward and some of the lessons coming up. So that was pretty exciting stuff. So those are the 3 main things that I wanted to cover from the beginning. And then the rest of this is talking about miracles that you're experiencing or questions that you have that have come up for you. We're not health experts. We can send you the link if you need one. But we're good listeners for the most part, and we're very supportive. Bridget, you had your hand up. I'm so sorry I didn't see that till right this second.
Oh, no problem. I find it interesting that Saint Hildegard of Bingen, I put it in the chat. She was just amazing at so much. She was an anchorite, which means her parents gave her to the church when she was 8 years old. But she composed the most beautiful music, and to me, it's pretty much the same as a mantra. So if you ever get a chance, do check her out on YouTube.
Right. So many notes to follow up on.
Well, I just want to say thank you. You know, thank you to Susie and to Julia and to Aparna and Sharmini for giving, and even Andrea for giving the information about the Om. And this week has been a little stressful for me, and a little bit more than normal. And I have forgotten that I can do those mantras and those chants. And I should probably pull those out from what Krishna and Shmita have done and repeat those, because they're so beautiful. But when Aparna, when you said the Om goes through your body and just vibrates, and then when Susie said there was no way, when you say the Om, there's no way you can have a negative thought, I thought, this is what I'm not doing. Is I need to come back to my roots, come back to my grounding. I've been doing some of the marmas. I haven't been doing the marmas as much as I should. But thank you. I just really want to say thank you, because I've been a little narrow-sighted with some of the things that are happening in my life. So thank you so much. And that's what I just want you guys to feel, like you guys can unmute and like we're just sitting around a living room or a dining room table and we're having a conversation. So just jump in at any time.
Can I jump in first? I just have to absolutely share.
Yes, please.
I just really have to express gratitude from our conversation last week. It's really spurred something in me, and I don't know who picked up on it. I think I posted it in the WhatsApp group that I was, I kind of felt a little bit, I missed the boat when it came to the 3-year practitioner training. I had Dr. Clint reach out to me and offer me a place, and I don't think I've ever been moved to tears so deeply. It's been when you say that nothing happens by chance, something happened, everything's there for a reason. I have not felt so much alignment in my life for the last however many years, and I'm still kind of choking up just sharing this. I said, okay, let me have a chat to my daughter. She's reading Ancient Secrets right now, and she's absolutely loving it, right? And she goes, "Oh, Dad, she's 12, yeah. And she was like, "Oh, Dad, this is so you. Oh, do it. This is right. This is just everything you wanted. Like, go do it." And then I had a chat with my partner Adriana, and she says, "You know what? You for the last few years, all I've seen is that you've just been not happy with what you're doing. You feel like you've lost purpose and lost meaning. And all I want to do is just see you happy. And I think this is the way." And so I just absolutely had to share. It was just absolutely magical for me. And so Dr. Clint gave me 2 days. He says, "Look, this spot's opened up. Follow your heart if you feel it's for you. Here's the links." And I literally had 2 days to go and watch a 2-hour webinar, fill out the form. And it's been really crazy with business. Cash flow dropped because I've had clients who'd not paid their bills on time. And just per chance, I managed to put down a $500 deposit. And I said, "Give me 3 months, I'll pay the rest of it off." And I got an email this morning inviting me to join the call for India. So I'm just like, oh my God. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I had to share it. And I just had to say thank you, everyone, for the support last week, but also throughout the week with your messages to me. And I'm just so thrilled. I really feel, everything I've been doing has kind of led to this point, but I just finally feel like I've got a bit of direction and something to really look forward to. And it's really come down to me is not so much that I want to do the work as an ego thing, but it really is, I just want to see how I can give back, and I just want to serve. And that's all I wanted to do, I guess. Just wanted to be able to give back. So I just have to share that. I was just totally elated, and I've been bursting to share it. And I haven't even gone and had a shower. I came back straight from my run, and I said, "I've got to sit on this call," and I've got just bubbling away. Even while I was doing the meditation, I'm like, "Oh no, I've got to share this." So I just got to get it out.
So excited for you.
So great, Mikhail. So great for you. We are so happy for you. Joy.
Thank you. Thank
Are
you
you
so
doing,
much.
will you be doing the 100 days as well? Because
I'm-
that's a good stepping stone.
Yeah, I'm doing that simultaneously as well. Yeah.
It's,
So yeah, I'm very, very excited. I'm actually I'm pulling it out, all the stuff this afternoon, and sitting down and immersing myself in the material. So I'm just thank you for, just for being me there and sending me all the love and, and the support. I really, really appreciate it. So thankful.
Oh, you're so welcome. If you get ready to do datus, I have a little cheat sheet and way of teaching datus that's kind of fun, and make little characters out of all of them. And we had so much fun with it last time. So when you get ready to tackle datus, let me know, and we'll anybody that wants to join can join. But it's a visualization and creating characters, just example of one of Little Red Riding Hood, who's going to see Mamsa. She calls her grandma Mamsa. And she's taking Mamsa two important things. She has a box of tissues, which she ran out of tissues, and her favorite delicacy, mussels. And so she goes in to see Mamsa, and instead she's like, Mamsa, what big ears you do have. Mamsa, what big eyes you do have. So some of the characteristics of the Mamsa Datu are big eyes and big ears. It's one of the characteristics of it. And Mamsa is about muscles and tissues. So it's just a way to correlate that information together, so that, when I see that Mamsa, that's what I think about: big eyes, big ears, muscles, tissue, and it works, but I have a vivid
imagination.
Cool.
Yeah. And I've done one also for the 8 branches of Ayurveda. That's kind of fun too. So I might do something on that for the 3-year course. It's one of the first quizzes that comes up, and a way to memorize those pretty easily. So fun stuff. So congratulations. How many people on this call are on the 3-year program? Mary is, and Susie is, Jana is. Anybody else? Am I missing anybody? Sharmini is. Awesome. That's going to be so great. So great. Belle, you had your hand up?
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, a couple of things. I'm just on the brink of the 30-day detox, and then I figure that something will continue to open up for stepping into a 3-year program. The next time it comes around, if it hopefully it will. Of course it will. I just wanted to share that I feel the miracle from the get-go was finding this work through Dr. Clint being interviewed by a woman named Hope Fitzgerald back in early December, about December 8th. And I just happened to know the work of Hope. And so I tuned in, and then I meet Dr. Clint, and I'm just bowled over. And my life really has not been the same since. I mean, it was just like, how do I get my hands on this? And I just find this community and the possibility of this work expanding into the world, all the stories and miracles around it, and are just where I want to play at a time when we could all be playing in so many other places, but this occurs as the best contribution to having a world that works, is to be playing here. So I wanted to, now, is this call happen every Friday? That's the thing I wanted to ask. So every Friday, I'm Pacific, so it'd be every Friday at 5.
Right.
Or at 11. Can you kind of tap into the European call as well?
Sure. Yeah, I can do either or both, whatever works for you. Yeah. And they're both, similar formats. The European one started, Miriam used to be in this group when she lived in Vietnam. And so she wanted to carry that with her to the UK and to Europe. So it's pretty exciting that we have that as well. But well said, very, very well said. And how's the detox going for you, Belle?
Well, it actually starts on Sunday.
Okay.
And I'm just bowled over at the WhatsApp, the support group. I don't know, Jana, you might know how many have sort of settled down and are in it. It seems like it's over 50 or 60 people. Is that correct? Is that anything? Do you know anything about that, Jana? it was
There were
one
over 60 people last I heard. Yeah.
yeah, it was one person saying, I want to do this. And someone said, I want to do it again. And then someone else saying, well, I want to do it, can I do it with you? And look at that. I mean, that's really quite miraculous.
Yeah.
And I said, this is quite extraordinary. While I have a small group like this, Andrea, aren't you in Mendocino, California? Because she was talking about Deva Premal.
Yes, yes.
The same thing happened up here. I lived in Mendocino for 35 years. So, I want you to put your contact in the mail.
Absolutely.
My daughter still lives there. My daughter lives there. But Deva Premal, sharing with that, Deva and Mitan came to Medford back a few years ago. And just like Andrea said, I mean, the space that they create with the mantras, with the music. I mean, to be in a full auditorium that when the concert was over, it was silent. Yep. It was silent and holy. And you just, I mean, it was extraordinary and miraculous because, usually there's going to be somebody who thinks they need to clap or, that's kind of our culture. So I agree. And Greg Braden's one of my favorites. Yes, by all means, go and Google some YouTubes with Greg Braden and meet him if you haven't. He's an extraordinary being on the planet as well. I just was excited. And then she lives in Mendocino and and I lived there 35 years. That's a little seacoast town in Northern California.
Actually, it's not seacoast because I'm not in Fort Bragg. The truth of it is I'm a New Yorker that lived in California after about 27 years. I was 27 years. Then I met somebody and I was in Switzerland for 4 years, Germany for 15, and I came back to be artist in residence in Mendocino town at the Mendocino Art Center. And now I'm in Willits.
For heaven's sake.
Inside.
It's so great. Yes. Well, please put in your contact because we have a lot of similarities.
I would love to be able to.
I've been keeping an eye on you through some of these Zoom calls. So thank you everybody for indulging me and finally making a connection with Andrea.
Oh, no problem. Thank you, Belle.
One thing I'd like to mention, where is Jana? Is she still here? Is Jana still here or did she
is. She's not on mute. You're not muted. You're muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. My dog had to go outside. So I had to step away for a minute. Yes.
Jana, I need to connect with you because I have something very special for you. You talked about Om and you talked about what you needed. There is this artist and I'll send you the information. His name is Brian Metcalf. And Brian, I was doing a shamanistic study for a while and I met Brian through that. And he's on something called Bandcamp, which is it's a website where you pay what the artist asks and they only take very little money from it. And it's pretty wonderful. And Brian has done tons of music, but he has done like a 20-something minute Om. If you do this, my dear, it will put you in the zone. And you'll lay there. The first time I listened, I lay there. I think I must have gone somewhere else. It just reverberates through your whole body, and I guarantee you, it's the best medicine you can have just to get yourself reconnected.
Oh, that's so awesome! Thank you so much.
Send us all a link, Andrea. Send us all a link.
Oh, yeah, I would like a link.
I will.
We all want to do that.
How do I do this after the call, or just? Where should I put it that you all
down in the chat button? There's a little chat.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't have it in my head right now.
No worries. Okay. I got thinking about it. I have not been doing Dr. Naram's Unstoppable either. Have you, Andrea? Have you done the Dr. Naram's Unstoppable?
I know about it, but I'm not really sure where to get it. I did listen to the rest. What was it? Sacred Rest and Residence. I listened all 7 days and it was on there, but I'm not really sure where it is now.
are you on any of the WhatsApp chats?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
And which
even
one?
though no, I'm on the Hmong one, but I decided not to do it this time because number one, we'd have to throw away too much food. And some other reasons. I'm an artist and I have a bunch of work I have to do, and it would be it would be trying to do something very beautiful and be stressed out of my gourd. So
No worries.
can't do
So
that.
Andrea, I'm
gonna
going to go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm going to go ahead and add you. I'm going to go ahead and add you to the main. We just created one main WhatsApp chat for just interaction. It's called Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer, Love and Healing. So this is where we get to share just general stuff. You know, the mung bean soup, we just share about mung bean soup. So, or detox. So this one we can share about all the things ancient secrets. So I'm going to put you in there, and then I'm going to post Dr. Naram's Unstoppable so that you'll all have it.
Put all of us that aren't in there, Dana.
You know what? I'll go ahead and I'll put the link in the chat, and you guys can click on it and add yourselves to it.
Perfect.
So
thank you.
yeah.
I see Lori has added Brian Metcalf's Bandcamp link here, his album.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Susie has had her hand up for a while now. We'll go to Susie and have her unmute herself. Maybe. Okay, we'll come back to Susie, Chris.
Okay,
Oh,
no,
there she
I'm here, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Here I am. All right, so what I would like to do, because it's almost 8 o'clock, I don't know how long the call is going for, but I wanted to say something, like to have a moment of silence. Tet Nhat Hanh has left his body today.
Oh, wow.
And he was 95.
Wow.
And so did Meatloaf. Two amazing beings.
Wow.
On the spectrum of love and music and vibration. I just want to acknowledge them.
Wow. Wow.
I did share the great bell chant on the WhatsApp group that Jana just mentioned. I posted it. If you're new, I don't know if you'll be able to see the previous posts. So Carol and Jana, I don't know if that's possible if you're brand new, because I know sometimes you can't see the old posts.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna do a minute of silence, and if you can just connect your heart and safe transition and passage for those and any others who are changing their shirt, as they say. Starting now. Thank you for that. Thanks for the reminder, Susie. And Chris, you have your hand up?
I just wanted to say really quick, Belle, I met Hope Fitzgerald through Gary Malkin's 7 Days of Rest. And I had something not great happen to me a few weeks back. I lost everything on my computer for the last year and a half. So I came home from work and I was not in a good place. And I had spent all this time because our minister is retiring. He's been with us for 27 years, and I had put together like all these photos to make like a nice thing for him, and I lost it all. I mean, it was more the time that went into it. But anyways, I had signed up for Hope's Infinity meditation, and I went and I did it that evening that happened, and I felt like so much better. And I was like, it was incredible. So all of you guys, I think you would really get a lot out of checking out Hope Fitzgerald's Infinity meditation. Yeah. So
Thank you for sharing that, Chris. Aparna, you shared a really interesting video that several of us have watched about drinking your food and chewing your water. Can you just hit the highlights of that and share what that meant to you and kind of your take on it?
Yeah, first of all, means he is an Indian actor, like he's a hero of a movie. And I never thought that he would think on those areas. First thing which hit me was his concept of what's more important for a person is to be relevant. At any age, you have, what gives you contentment is relevance. So that was very helpful. And second thing he touched upon was, we all know that we have good and bad qualities inside us. So he gave an example of chimpanzee and bonobos. Both are from the same family, but each pick the side of, or each have a way of activating some genes, better way, and the environment influences it. And we always say we are what we eat. And we have always, we studied the circadian rhythm and how important it is. I personally, I'm very interested in improving digestion. So that's how I landed looking at that video. And the key factor was, once you chew it, your saliva has digestive enzymes, and then it triggers signals to the brain, and the brain then communicates with the gut to release some specific acid or nutrients that help absorb the food better. So
That's
chewing
after what, 15 minutes or so, was it?
No, you chew it each food about 30 times. But if you want to slow, a human has a capacity to eat for 15 minutes. Now, if you want to eat slowly, then you will eat definitely less, absorb more, and you will build better health. But if you just wolf it down, what he says, that you will end up with a belly, because the undigested food goes into the big intestine, and that is where the bacterial stuff goes haywire because it cannot digest. So yeah, it was a very interesting take on digestion. We all know that it starts in the mouth, but how it starts in the mouth, I never paid attention to. So
I thought it was fantastic. I loved it. What I loved about it was that he decided to go to this place in America, and they said, welcome,
Austria.
You know, oh, Austria. Yeah, we're teaching you all of the things that we've learned from India, and you're coming from India to Austria to learn these techniques. But what I loved is they said, for 3 days you will be living on this water and this type of bread. And they're like, what? This is like really minimal. And they said, well, that's what we're going to be doing. So we'll start tonight, but you can order, and I might have some of the information wrong, but you can order whatever you want on the menu so that you can eat whatever you want kind of as your last kind of hurrah. And so everybody ordered whatever they wanted off the menu, and they had all of this food sitting in front of them. And they said, okay, now before you eat, you need to eat this bread and drink this water, and this is the way to do it. And they said, and I can't remember how they had them administer the water, but the bread,
It was the vegetable broth.
Vegetable broth. That's what it was. Yeah. And then you had to chew the bread 40 times before you so that the food became very liquid in your mouth. And he said that after he started to do this, he could not finish the bread, let alone all the food that was in front of him. He was full by him making, chewing his food so, minutely and stimulating those digestive enzymes. He didn't even want to eat the food that was in front of him, which I thought was fabulous, because as we do the mung beans and, it just brought a whole new light to digestion. And he talked about how a lot of times, like what she was saying, wolfing down the food makes it so the food sits in our bellies undigested. And Ayush Shakti has mentioned that to me so many times, and through the different courses that we've had, where, they talk about a lot of the digestive problems and health issues is because of the undigested food in your gut. And that's what the bacteria grows, and that's where a lot of the inflammation comes from, and all of the other health challenges. So it was, to hear that, Aparna, was so I was like, this is so great. It was nice to have that outside source to validate what we've been learning here in Ancient Secrets.
Yeah, and to have somebody who is not from a medical field say that, and he said it because that worked for him. And I should also add one, when I went to Ayush Shakti, Dr. Ram suggested to always check if you're really hungry. First drink warm water, and if in 30 minutes you still feel hungry, then you are really hungry, or else you're not hungry, don't eat.
That is very true, because a lot of times when you feel hungry, you're actually thirsty. So yes. You're dehydrated, and so you're thinking you're hungry when in reality you're not. So the warm water will give you that comfort, make you feel safe, and make you not hungry.
Yeah. And I love it because anything related to diet is very helpful, because it's sustainable. It's in your reach. You can manage it. So I'm all for anything that can improve health via diet.
So YouTube link in there if anybody.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome. We haven't heard from you, Margarita. You were the first one here today. Would love to hear how you're doing. If you have any comments, just to share anything that's in your heart.
Okay. I hope you can listen to me. Sometimes I have to take off my recording or the camera so you can hear me better, but I'm gonna try. Thank you so much. It's so great to be with you today.
Can't hear you. Yeah.
I'm part of the 60 people that we are going to do the 30 days or 28 detox, and it's very good to meet you and have a vision of who you are. And it's been very interesting, the process of listening everybody and sharing our thoughts and nervousness and confusiousness, but we're going through and excited to start Sunday. And I wanted to learn about the marmas, in order to help me during the 30 days. So I don't know what to expect. I hope I can pull it through. And it's very exciting to be here today. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank
You will do good. You will do good. I did 2 last year, so I cannot do 1 in January, but I want to do 1 in April. So guys, I need a company in April too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it went perfectly fine. I was not hungry, no loss of energy, no weight loss either, but but it was, you really felt energetic. So that was my experience with the 2 detox I did last year.
Awesome. Awesome. I love what Dr. Steve says about the detox and the dieting. It's not about the soup. It's about what you're not putting in your body. And it's as much about finding peace within yourself. And, Dr. Naram loved to go eat pizza, when he was in Italy. And he loved and savored every bite of it. And, we can get to a place where that's an okay thing. And if you have a time when you fall off the wagon a little bit with your diet, enjoy, like if I have a meal with my family, I eat what my family eats and I enjoy every bite of it. And then I get back on my mung beans and I behave myself and maybe pay a little price for the indulgence, but don't beat yourself up. It's not, this is about self-love and self-care, self-forgiveness. Do the best you can and relax and enjoy the ride. It's so much more about inner peace than it is performance. It's about transformation, not about all the information. So don't overload yourself with just worry about it, and really, as you're eating, savor every bite, take those deep breaths, ground yourself, and find that inner peace. That takes you so much farther than being, I will survive, I will do this, I will do that. I'm down about 16, 17 pounds from 2 years ago. Kept it off, feel so much better. I don't take steroid shots in my bursa joints or my hip joints or my SI joints anymore, which is fantastic. And my psoriatic arthritis is doing much better. I'm not having to have steroid shots in my scalp every month. So gluten-free, dairy-free. Sugar is the hardest one for me. Dairy is not a problem at all. But I like my Reese's cup every now and again. That's my little indulgence. And I do drink chicory coffee. It has inulin in it, which is a pretty good thing for you. I don't have but 1 cup. And
so I just want to say, Carol is sharing with you her dietary needs, but I really believe that you should talk with your Aya Shakti doctor to see what works best for you. Because some of the things that she does, I can't do. And some of the things that she does or that I do, she cannot.
That's right.
So everybody is so specific and unique. And so, I love that we share, but we always have to go back to we're all in every, we're individuals and we need to, we work with our doctor to be able to bring our health back if that's what you're after. Yeah. But the whole point about her sharing and not being stressed. And I just want to say this, I said this afternoon. I so appreciate you guys helping out in the chats, helping out in the, the Mung Bean chat and all the other chats. Our group is really growing, and, a lot of us have been ill or been taken away on other things. We haven't been able to focus on some of the administration things. I just wanted to say thank you. Julia, thank you for posting tonight's call in the chat. That was wonderful. I see you guys helping all the time with when people have questions and the answers you guys post. I really ask you guys to continue. This is growing so big. We need your help, and it's awesome to see you're supporting each other. I know when we help each other and Clint sees it, he gets so excited because he's like, Dr. Naram loved it when we helped each other out, and it's just great. So I just thank you for putting on your leadership hat, your peer support. It just really makes a huge difference. So.
Jana. Oh. Jana.
Yes.
Oh,
And
still-
Julia.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, you know, you do see the growth. It's amazing how it's kind of like a bonfire. It just keeps getting fed and getting bigger and bigger and warming more and more people. And I think as we see that happening, just I've been traveling today, and as I was traveling, thinking about what could make it even better. You know, what could make it, as we grow, what are some tools that can make it even more efficient for people that are coming in new to get the information more effectively and efficiently? Because I've noticed with the WhatsApp chat, there you have these people joining, new, you have these new people, and they don't know all the stuff that's happened before. So then you have the people that are on there that have been following it. We're getting like 200 messages a day, and it's a lot to have to follow and keep up with, and it's a little burdensome actually with our time. So I'm like, what would maybe a better thing in the future be? Because you get a lot of the same questions being asked, and then the same posts have to be posted over and over and over and over and over. And maybe as people start joining this group, we have like a Facebook group, or have a document that if someone wants to join, they go there first and get updated on everything. Get a summary of everything they need to know, and then join the chat or something like that, you know, where so that everybody who comes into the chat has what they need as a foundation. Something like that, like a group or a document, or like the frequently asked question. I think with the WhatsApp chat, you could go back several weeks and take all of the information and the questions and create a frequently asked questions document.
Yeah. You know, with this has been I so appreciate this, because this has been something that we have been thinking about. And first of all, I just want to say, if you have a burning desire to be able to put it together, absolutely do it. Clint would just like love you for that. But we do have a frequently asked questions on the website. And a lot of people don't go to the website. They don't explore the website. And then we also have this wonderful YouTube, or we have this wonderful Facebook group. And if we had posts like that, you know, that would be fantastic. If you wanted to create a post and say, this is what to do, and then we could keep it pinned to the top, and then people would know.
If people in the chat, maybe from time to time, maybe we could just start gradually. I'd be happy to help direct people to that. If we're talking about the Facebook page that is the Global Healers Facebook page, like, I don't know if there's a different Ancient Secrets Facebook, there's the Global Healers one. And then when you're talking about what was the other thing? There was the Global Healers. Oh, and then the YouTube channel. Is it the Dr. Naram YouTube channel, or the Ancient Secrets Foundation, and then the website? If we just know which website, because there's several websites, and there's Dr. Naram, and there's Ayush Shakti, and there's Ancient Secrets. So if we know which website and which Facebook page and which thing to go to, I can help. I would be happy to start.
That would be so great. That would be so great. Well, so everything goes, because we've had the opportunity to look at other platforms, and seriously, the more platforms, the more confusing. Yeah. So if we stick with the Facebook group and the ancientsecrets.com, and actually Clint is working with his brother and to redo the website, so that something new is going to be happening there. So he knows, but it's just like Andrea, you know, for Humanity, woke up one day and realized that she really wanted an index for the book. And so she started writing an index for the book, and was she just felt guided to do all of this, you know, for the book. And she said that she felt like Dr. Naram would nudge her and say, go back to this page, and she'd go back to that page, and she'd remember that she'd noticed that something was wrong. Carol and I don't get paid. We do this from our hearts. And,
yeah, that's the thing. You guys, and you and Cornelia decided to do this for yourselves, and then invited other people to come along, and it just kind of grew and grew and grew.
We have 206 people in that chat. 206 people in the Hmong Bean chat. It's unreal how fast this grew. But that's just it, is I know for me, when I want to know something, I take ownership of it and I learn it. And then if I learn it and it's relevant for the group, I share it. And that's what we're asking. You know, you guys are making some very big changes for your life. And when you find something that you do that's ancient secrets related, all you need to do is just make a post. This is what I did. This is, you know, what my experience is. Dr. Clint loves your stories. And then as you put that in, or if you've got a burning desire to collect, you know, some, I hesitate when it, you know, because it comes back to the book. I didn't come to teach you. I came to love you, and love will teach you. So if we enter in that, you know, if we stay in that realm, and that's why Dr. Naram loves stories, because when a person shares their story, when I share my story, people seem to learn more from my experience. I didn't teach them anything. I just shared my experience. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm saying is, you know, a lot of people think that it is a big organization, but it's a bunch of volunteers, and, you know, life pulls us away sometimes. And so if there's something that you desire to do, do it. I mean, I love that Bridget does all of the transcribing of people, you know, in the chat. I love that she loves to type. I don't like to type. I mean, I type, but I make a lot of mistakes, and she does not. It's beautiful. So we all have our unique gifts. And if there's something that and it doesn't have to be big, it can be something really small. And sometimes when you make a post to support and to guide another person to find something or to help them, it makes a world of difference. And then a lot of other people will read the same post and they're helped too. So I just am calling you guys to help with the leadership.
It's a really good point. I love Bridget. I don't know how Bridget types so fast and so much information. And like every single person is a part of the whole, like you're saying, Jana. And so like, if I can ask just a few questions, like you said, the website, which website, ancientsecretsnow.com or ancientsecrets.com. If I can just get a few pieces of information, then that helps me to pay it forward so that it takes the burden off your shoulders of everybody asking you and Cornelia. Then I can be like, oh, I can help you with that. I can help maybe help with the chat, putting frequently asked questions, and create a document and then keep it updated, a Google Doc or something, you know, and point people to the Facebook page and say, go there to post. Or in fact, where is the frequently asked questions? Is it on the Facebook page or on the website?
It is on ancientsecrets.com.
Okay.
myancientsecrets.com.
My Ancient Secrets. Okay.
myancientsecrets.com. Yeah.
And then the Facebook group is the Global Healers.
Yes.
Global Healing Miracle Experiment, Heal Yourself, Heal the World, and put in the chat right now.
Okay, because so many people that are new on the WhatsApp have no idea that there's a Facebook group. They have no idea that there's this website. And I think that's where, you know, I'm thinking of it. Okay, I'm going to come in and now let everybody know, like Andrea is saying, yeah, I didn't know, right? See, this is beautiful because we can open up in a forum like this and say, oh yeah, this is a little thing that you get ideas from each other, right? That'll be great.
It is. It's so true. I know that, you know, we have a lot of WhatsApp chats, but they have specific purposes, and the WhatsApp chats get a little crazy at times. And that's why I've noticed that people are becoming more mindful of them, which is wonderful. They're not sending as many emojis. They may send a private message to that person if they want to show support, or, you know, they're just a little bit more mindful, knowing that there's a large amount of people reading. So they're conscious of what they're posting, which is wonderful because then it's more meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, a lot of people don't know that, you know, we have the one WhatsApp group that's fairly new, the Ancient Secrets, Love and Healing, for anybody who's attended a pulse clinic or anybody who's read the book, or, you know, they don't have to be a part of, you know, the 100 days or the 3-year program to be able to be a part of the community. We wanted to have something that everybody could be a part of, to just come and connect. You know, of course, the Facebook group is really the greatest thing to connect to because it handles a large amount of people very, very well. Whereas WhatsApp, they struggle with that. But, you know, it's, anything that we can do to help. Yeah. I mean, and if you need links, please. Yeah. I see both of you guys have your hand up. Andrea, you've had your hand up longest.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, 2 questions. 1, do we know when the next 30 days is going to be? Because I heard
30
May talked about, but
You mean as far as the Hmong Bean Challenge or the 30-day miracle group?
May.
thank
It's
God,
May.
I thought they were the same. Oh, geez.
No,
No,
it's
the
May.
detox has to do with your diet,
Yeah.
and the miracle experiment game has to do with being able to apply the principles and
Oh my
see the
God, this
miracles.
totally, I did not know that. I thought there was one in the same.
No. Good to know. Good to know. That's really good to be aware. We should have explanations about each one of these. This is awesome.
Because the reason I thought it was the same is because Clint was saying that Monica and Lee were going to be part of the May group. And I thought they were going to be doing the detox in May. And I says, okay, that's when I'll do it because I have too much going on now. So.
Well, he may do a detox in May. Dr. Clint is full of surprises, and he can do the detox and the miracle experiment game at the same time. That's not a problem. But
okay, so then the next question is, I found out about this through Cryon, Lee Carroll. Okay, I'm a member of that. Okay, and so they were talking about it, and then when Clint was on, and then on Lee's site was, okay, you can get this for this price. So now I don't even know. I thought it was, I think it's the miracle experiment, but I'm not sure. I'm totally confused.
So the miracle experiment game, the miracle experiment experience is a paid program.
Okay.
And what it is it's a 30-day program, and each week you have a main call and then you have pods. And as you go through and you apply the principles of the book, it looks like a miracle, but really is a proven science. And as you are looking for those, then they appear, and then you, in the group, you start to share those, and it's really amazing. It's my favorite thing of the whole entire everything. So it's just really, it's really a great experience. But then the Hmong Bean Soup group, that is where you meet with a Vidya. It's all about your health. You go on the herbs and do the diet in the way that it is outlined, and you see a lot of change in your body over the next 28 days. So they're different. Yes.
I had no idea. And because I was planning to do the detox in May, I figured Lee and Monica, oh geez, so I don't know what's going to happen now. Okay, because like I said, there's just no way I can do it right now. There's just too much going on, and I'll be stressed totally.
Yeah.
So that's
well, the good
way to
news
go
is,
into it.
the great news is you can do the detox at any time with your Vidya. Anytime.
You can?
Yes, you can do anytime you want to do the detox. You just simply make an appointment with your Vidya and then talk with them about it, and they'll get you the herbs, and then they can, if you need some help or guidance, they can help you through. Or there's the portal for $60. You can see the videos and go through all of the, so that's available for you as well.
The reason I'm asking you is because I was confusing the two, and then somebody on the WhatsApp said, well, I want to do this on my own, but I don't want to see the doctor. Do I still have to pay? And they said, well, you can't do it otherwise. So it was like so confusing.
No, that's not true. There are many people in the group on the WhatsApp chat that are not using the Vidya, and they're just taking the document and doing it themselves. And that's absolutely fine. You are in charge of your own health. You get to decide whether you want to use a Vidya or whether you want to just kind of, the very first time that I did this, we didn't even have this program. And so I did it on my own, and I didn't do it really well, and I had really great success. So it's just, it's, again, it came back to what Carol was saying that Dr. Steve Wexler said. It's not about the soup. It's about what you're not eating. It's about what you're not putting in your body. And when you're not eating processed foods and possibly even, animal products, you're really supporting your body so your body can function. It actually gives it a rest so that it can start healing. So, yeah.
The only thing I want to add to that is that if you do want the Irish Shakti herbs as part of it, you do need an appointment with one of the Vidyas counselors. If you want to do it without the herbs, the herbal.
No, I need it because I've got a whole bunch of digestive problems. But it comes from, this is going to be a shocker. I happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. 1986, March. I was in Switzerland, in Lugano, and Chernobyl went boom, and the cloud rained on us in Switzerland. I got radiation poisoning. I didn't know it. And by the time I had moved to Germany 4 years later, I was so having problems. And my gynecologist said, "Oh my God, you've got no thyroid hormone in your body." And so sent me to nuclear medicine, as they call it over there. And they put dye in my neck and they did this whole thing. And they said, "This is the worst we've ever seen in our lives." And I was still living and functioning, but not feeling good at all. So, so that was then Hashimoto thyroiditis. But I still have, I have tablets, right? And I am hoping, and then I would be totally a miracle, that totally changing things, it might come to the point where maybe, because Lee Carroll with Cryon talks about this, our bodies, he said this, our bodies are like 747s that all of humanity has been running up and down the runway and didn't know it could fly. So in that way, I'm just hoping that maybe all of a sudden I can actually start going down on my thyroid pills and because see, this gives tons of problems. Cold all the time, digestive problems, drive my poor partner crazy. I'm cold. He said, "You know what the heat bill is?"
No, I understand. I understand what you're saying
because where I am right now.
I understand because I hovered around a heater because of the same issue for 2 years. But I'm so excited that you just said all of this because now we've got a before. We've got your issues on tape. Now they're before. So then when you go to the Vidya and you have the conversation, then afterwards we'll have the after. And we can put them together and we can see the before and after of Andrea.
This is what I'm hoping for. I'm looking at this is the miracle that can change my life.
It is absolutely possible.
I've been suffering with this from 33 years old and I'm a young 69. So, I mean, I'm actually thinking that it could change things. And I would love to be able to prove it. Just like that lady with her eyesight. You remember that, was it last week or the week before? I just saw, and it really, no kidding, disgusted me. On our flat screen, we were watching Samsung, blah, blah, and there's an advertisement. If you get this and your eyes get red, oh, you got to go to the doctor right away. The kind of doctor that messed her up. And they're advertising this. And I'm just so disgusted to see this because
everybody has free will. Everybody has free speech,
I know.
So it's just, I believe that you are in charge of your own health.
Absolutely.
And other people are going to believe and see other things and let them.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I'm just feeling bad that they are advertising this as the solution for people.
Yeah, it is unfair. I wanted to give Karatia a chance to talk. She's had her hand up for some time and we're kind of running out of time.
Yeah, no problem.
Hi, everyone. I am telling there is some on the WhatsApp group. I think you can add the dogs, whatever you have on the group. So I just saw that there is a lot of document about that Hmong been and mung bean soup and recipes and everything. So I think and add that, and when somebody can join and they can go and see that.
That's a really good point, Katie. I'm going to take a second and share my screen and show you exactly what she's talking about, just because it's so helpful when you can see it and understand it. So if we go to, let's see. Oh, I've got a part in there. This is the 28-day Hmong Support. If you click on up here at the top, where the names are,
yeah,
it brings up a sub menu for most people. It doesn't happen for everyone, but there's media, links, and docs. And then when you do that, here's a list of all the documents that have been posted depending on when you joined.
So you see that there's a lot of duplicates. It's because there were a lot of new people that were joining. And so I was trying to add them so that they could be, so that they could see them. And so when you go through this, start deleting your duplicates. I don't normally do that, but because it was a new challenge, I tried to send them to everybody individually. But so just make sure, just be aware of that they're duplicates and you can delete them from your space. Go ahead, Carol.
That's it. I just wanted to show what she was talking about, to show that feature. It's one of my favorite things about WhatsApp is the ability to get back to that. So let's see, where's my share thing? It's over here. So share. Okay. Thanks.
Anyone can see that when they're joining new?
If they're brand new, they cannot see it. And that's the reason why I added the documents. You know, we'd get a certain amount and I thought we were done and I'd add them. And then a whole nother, we had like 6 or 8 people joined a day. I mean, I'm just blown away. And this just shows me that there are so many of us that want to connect. There are so many of us that want to be a part. And the joining the Hmong bean soup is one way to connect, you know. It's not the only way to connect, but I hear what you guys are saying. We're definitely going to, you know, see if we can't make some changes so that it will be easier to navigate. And so that, but I so appreciate all of you helping, you know, and help navigating and steering and, you know, and if you have an idea that will help people through the process. And I know that Clint is working with his brother regarding that. So we should see something soon.
One idea I have is as things are added to that media group, because the new people can't see the old stuff. Let me think through it, but there may be a place, maybe it's the website or the Facebook page where you can go put documents. We take all the things in the media and put them in one depository so that when new people come in, we say, go here.
That's exactly
It needs to be the website. It needs to be the website because the website is solid. The website has the questions and answers. It has all of the videos. And Clint was trying to direct everybody there with the bonus videos, you know, and where he has in the book, sign up for myancientsecrets.com/belong. And then he was trying to get
who is it that puts things on the website? Who could we contact? Is it Jonathan DeLees?
It is Jonathan. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But actually, if you could just do it to staff@myancientsecrets.com, because I know that Clint is working with his brother on
Gerald or a different brother, John. Okay.
Yep, and they're getting all of. I believe that a lot of this will change, but it will be more inclusive. So, and I don't know because I haven't seen any of what's happening.
Okay, so staff@myancientsecrets.com. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
How about Mary or Vanette? Did either of you have anything you want to add? We haven't heard from Mary or Vanette.
Okay, I would like to say, you know, first of all, I would love to tell you how impressed I am with Carol, Jana, Cornelia, what you're doing. I don't even know how you're doing it. My goodness, this community has been led together for some reason. I've been in the background for probably about almost 2 years now. And yeah, I like initially kind of coming in and out. The fact that I could come on tonight, usually I'm working at night, but but this has just been fantastic. So right from there, you know, high five to that.
Oh, thank you, Mary. And what brought you initially? Was it the book, a TEDx talk, a
It was
friend?
before the book, actually. Yeah, I didn't see that. I think I stumbled on a video with Dr. Naram that caught my attention. And then this, and I was always interested in something natural with the body because I work in healthcare. So trying to get away from the Western view or to balance it out, that really is what you know, piqued my interest. And then the way Clint kept taking, you know, seeing him through that and how he videotaped all of these opportunities and things, it just kind of brought me in. I just kind of kept coming back to that. Signed up for the book, and well, there was all history after that. Did the first 100 days and this community. What else can I say? That's really the draw. Somehow I kept pulling. I've never felt anything like this. We all know what we mean. It's something that just kind of, we're here for a reason. And I feel like it's just, and it's growing and it's growing. Jill, Denny, that whole aspect, and then, and many others, there's just been so many different things. So one of the things I do want to say though, is that as it's grown, I even have trouble finding what's next. Where should I be? I'm still trying to figure out the India thing. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the next thing with the class? Can I go into the other class? Are we able to audit or monitor or jump in on the immersion one if you're part of the 3-year one? Or is that a separate thing? Or maybe there isn't even time for it. I don't know. Because like you said, that it's a lot to keep up with now. The phone's going all day long.
Yeah.
With trying to keep up. And I don't know how you guys do it.
By the grace of God, it's just about, you know, it's night and day.
So if there was a main place, even if you guys posted something that everybody can stop calling you individually and just saying help, you know, you could just say, go here first and then have to only answer questions that aren't in a centralized place. That might help. I don't know.
I think Super Jules is going to help us.
I think so. I think so. Right. That was great that she said that. But yeah, just everybody, Gary, the music, just all of it, and trying to be, you know, where do you plug in with some of that and support that, and you know.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things. I'm glad I had the opportunity to see everybody at one time to say that.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you, Mary, for sharing. Thank you for being here. And
thanks for helping. So Carol, I am fascinated and amazed, and my hat to you for the organization that you have, because I can't keep up with the material. Like I print something out and I put that in one place and something in another. And if someone asks me a question, it's like, I know this, but where do I find it from? And then I'll find it later. And you can, like, you guys are so good. You just like, there's a link, here you go, here's a video. Oh, that Marma, here you go. I don't know how you do it, but that, if there would ever be time for a little class in that would even be.
Well, as luck would have it, or as divine intervention, I was a data analyst in my other world, so I'm pretty good at organizing lots of information. So I've used that skill. And when somebody posts something I don't have, I saw one today. Oh, that's news to me. I'll make a copy of it, stick it in my note, try to credit where it came from. That's the hardest part, is remembering, you know, to do the credits. So
is that how you find where things go? I mean, where do you stick things that show?
I have a database on my phone even. And I can send message. I probably sent a few while we were sitting here, you know, and yeah. So, and I have this creative gift and curse that I get all of these crazy ideas, you know, about how to teach some of these things, even though we're not teaching, right? We're loving, but it, you know, this material is difficult for English speakers if you've never been exposed to Sanskrit. So.
Well, yeah, there's that too. There's the content. And
so
what
I'm trying to find ways to absorb that and help other people retain that. So that's something that while I'm sleeping, my brain is really working, and I wake up going, oh, I know how to do that, you know, and it just.
See, well, a class of the class.
Yeah,
that's
it's fun stuff. I'm so grateful
for this. We don't have enough to do, but
yeah.
you know.
So grateful for the support of Cornelia, Jana,
Man, yeah.
Andrea, so many
Amazing,
people
right?
that have stepped up. Jonathan is amazing. I can't say enough about him. And
Right.
I did want to say, could we put our hands together and send some love to Esther Wallowitz? She's been traveling the world, and I want to send Esther lots of love. She'll be watching this at some point in time. And Esther, we love you. We miss you. And safe travels, healing, light, love. We so care
Wonderful.
about you.
Great.
Beautiful. Vanessa, do you want to say something before we're ready to close down? Miss Vanessa?
Yes, hi, how are you?
Oh, it's so good to hear from you.
Okay, I don't know what to share, but the last time I was on, Gina was asking me how I got involved in the program. Well, I actually got involved because I got a newsletter from Dr. Naram. And I read the letter and I keep, corresponding with him a little bit. But I didn't have much understanding of what he was saying to me. And the day he asked me, what do I want? I stopped and I said, oh, I don't understand. Why is he asking me, what do I want? And I already told him what I wanted. But then after joining with the program, I realized what it meant when he asked you, what do I want? So, but then I didn't continue with the correspondence. And one Sunday, I was on my computer and Dr. Clint sent out an ad, a newsletter. So I read the newsletter and said, oh, this sounds pretty interesting. Let me check, because it sounds like Dr. Naram passed. So I said, really? So I opened the newsletter and I read, and that's how I get connected again. Yes. But it's a very long journey. It's very encouraging, very educational, and interesting journey with the ancient secret. I learned a lot, but I'm still learning because I have missed out on a lot of stuff. I am living around family, and sometimes I'm listening with one ears and the other ears is next, somewhere else doing something. So I've missed out on a lot. So I'm trying to relearn, and even the mama points are one of my really key points that I really want to learn, so I'm still learning. I'm so grateful for all of you people. You are so supportive. I'm not a good talker. I love to listen. Sometimes, yes, I'll put in my little bit, but I'm here.
Okay, Vanessa, I have to ask you, what do you want?
No, you're putting me on the spot.
I am.
Okay.
Dr. Naram told me to do it.
Yes, I know. What do I want? As Dr. Naram says, so many people don't know what they want. I actually know what I want, but sometimes to put it in words, it's kind of difficult. And sometimes I think I want to do so many things at one time. I know it's not possible. But right now I'm striving to see how well I can. Actually, I'm doing a course in home baking, and I want to achieve that. But at the same time, my greatest interest is getting my health back in one piece. Last year I came down with high blood pressure, hypertension, yeah. And I'm still not back to myself. So I'm working on that. And that is one of the main things that I want for me for 2022, to be healthy 100%.
Happy, healthy, terrific.
Yes. Last year I I wanted to be in the detox program. I have already have all my detox herbs, what have you, but I couldn't do it because that was the time I came down. I got sick. So I am actually thinking right now if I could join the program, if I'm ready to join the program. So I'll be checking back, not with my Western doctor, because I know he's gonna tell me no. But I'll check with my what do you call it, or Yashaki doctor to see where I'm at and to see if it is possible for me to be a part of the group.
Oh,
right
that would
now.
be great. Yeah. And do you remember the high blood pressure Marma?
Yes, I do some of it, yes, but I'm not 100% on it. I do
The main one is
with
the ghee on your temples, clockwise and counterclockwise. I do 6 in each direction. And you
Yeah,
put the ghee right on the top of your head and in your navel. And that's the high blood pressure one. And then there's also the conch, that's my right hand. Put your thumb in your hand and you fold your fingers up and then you squeeze your hands together. And that one is for your heart and to
So
normalize your blood pressure.
is it this part of your fingers you move?
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a mudra for the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did that too, but I still need to be perfect on it. So
No, you don't. You don't have to be perfect here. No. Just do the best you can and it'll be fine.
okay.
Okay.
That's my weakness. I love perfection.
Okay. So
Yeah,
Vanessa gratitude statement. We are grateful that Vanette is going to have the healthiest, happiest year of her life, that her
hoping
blood
for that.
pressure will be
Definitely 100.
normalized, that
Yes.
she's going to have so much fun baking in her kitchen, that she's going to invite us all to watch her make mung bean pancakes or mung bean brownies or something, that we can join you in the kitchen and celebrate with you. And I would just so much love to have you part of we want to do a cooking show and a cooking blog, and I'd love it if you would be part of that.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you. We're so glad you're
What
here.
a great call. What a great call. Thank you so much, Vanette.
Thank you.
I love you and I'm with you. I hope you guys all join us next week. Love you and I'm with you.
With you.
Bye,
Have a wonderful
everybody. Thank you.
Friday. Okay. All right. Good night.
Good night.